Hi guys, it's Tammy from Shrinking Violet DS, finally back. Today is Tuesday, November 13th, and I'm home for 2 days, and I leave day after tomorrow. So I just wanted to come, I know it's been a month, come in real quick with a little life update and just let you know how maintenance is going and all of that. It's not going to be a terribly long video, and it's not going to really have much of a theme except catching up. So let me give you my spiel. I had traditional duodenal switch surgery on March 9 of 2017 with Dr. Antonio Esquerra at Mexicali Bariatric Clinic in Mexicali, Mexico. I started my pre-op diet on February 19th of 2017 at 260 pounds. I had my surgery on March 9th of 2017 at 248 pounds, and as of last Friday, which is the last time I weighed, and it was the first time I weighed since I last came to you, I weighed 129.4. So maintenance is going well. For those of you who follow me regularly, my normal maintenance weight is 130.2, and so I'm just slightly below that. Mostly because I've been running around like a crazy woman, and I have been eating a lot, but really any kind of activity, and I drop like a stone. So I think I had not been keeping my fat up as much as I should. It's really hard to keep your fat up when you're traveling, I've noticed. It's easy to get in the carbs, of course, and it's easy to get in the protein for the most part, but fat is a tough one. It's hard to find heavy whipping cream in places. Really nice restaurants you can get it, but just on the run, unless you go to a grocery store, you can't get it. And even our Starbucks and things like that, I know some of you, your Starbucks carry it. Ours don't. They carry half and half at the most, and I'm not a big Starbucks person. Anyway, so I don't bother with that. But even with putting sour cream on stuff and butter on stuff and all of that, I still have a hard time. That heavy whipping cream really is a great source of fat calories. So I think that that's one of the reasons. And then also on Friday I had been in Seattle for a couple of days with friends, and we walked. And so I think that was the other thing. But it definitely wasn't for lack of eating, because I would eat a ton to the point where it was noticeable. People were actually commenting that I was always eating. So I don't know that that's so great, but I do. After we came back from Seattle, we went out to the wine country here in Oregon, and we were at a winery called Argyle, which specializes in bubbly wine. And so I was out there drinking that, and I had breakfast. I had biscuits and gravy and 2 fried eggs and 2 pieces of fried chicken for breakfast, and I had a granola bar, I had coffee, I had a Bellini, I had a pear mojito. I feel like I had eaten some lunch too. Don't know what I had for lunch, but anyway, our wine tasting was at 2 in the afternoon, and I got through about the first 2 tastings, and all of a sudden I was just starving. Absolutely wanted to gnaw off my own arm and that of the person next to me. And I had 2 of the little fun-size Reese's peanut butter cups in my purse that I had grabbed from my friend's house at Halloween, and I ate those, and it calmed me down enough that I could get back to the hotel, finish out the tasting comfortably and get back to the hotel and get some regular food there. But it just reminded me how quickly I now change from being, slightly hungry to being absolutely ravenous, and how I have to make sure I've got food on me at all times. And I do. Now, I'm in my car right now. I've got a Premier Protein that I'm going to have later. I've already drank 1 today. I've got 4 of the Oberto's trail mix things in my car. I've got a jar of macadamia nuts. I don't even know what else I've got. And I'm headed into Costco right now to do some shopping, and I'm going to eat pizza while I'm in there. So for those of you who are not yet in maintenance and who are still in loss mode, and you feel like, am I ever going to be able to eat again normally? Or am I ever going to be able to eat fun stuff again? The answer is yes. At least for those of you with a duodenal switch. If you really pay attention during your loss phase and you just work that first year like nobody's business, which is what I did. If you go back to my videos, I was really good. Then after that, the maintenance really is not hard. The switch part does all the work for you. It's astounding. When I was part of this trip that I just got back on was a cruise from New York City up as far as Halifax, Nova Scotia, and then back down. And so we hit places like Newport, Rhode Island, and Bar Harbor, Maine, and St. John's, New Brunswick, and Halifax. And all of these places, of course, have fantastic lobster. And so I love lobster rolls. For those of you who have watched, you know, I even make lobster rolls at home with some regularity. So I was in lobster roll heaven up there. And I would order, every time we got off the ship, I would order a lobster roll for lunch. And then just as lunch was ending, I would order a second lobster roll to take with me. And I would eat that about 2 hours later. And then if we'd get off for dinner, I would do much of the same thing. I would order a dinner, usually not a lobster roll, maybe like cioppino or something. And then I would order a second dinner and take that with me. And I've started doing that a lot. I just find that, you know, I still have some restriction. I can eat quite a bit. I can eat as much or more in a sitting as a normal person, as long as I'm not being rushed. If I'm being rushed, I can't. But if I can sit and eat, you know, for 45 minutes or an hour, I can easily get in an entire plate of food that's piled high from a restaurant as normal. I have no problem. But I find that I'm still hungry. A couple hours later, I say that every meal is like eating Chinese food. You know, they say you eat Chinese food and half an hour later you're hungry again. That's pretty much every meal for me. Every meal is the equivalent of Chinese food. So I think that's about it. The trip went really nicely. Had a good time. Froze to death up in the north. It was snowing off and on in Halifax. Fortunately from there, I flew down to St. Augustine, Florida, where it was 80 degrees and lovely. And I got a little vitamin D going, sitting out in the sun. And then from there, I went up to Richmond, which was gorgeous the first day, and then froze again. But now I'm back home, and it's cold and sunny, which is my favorite autumn weather here. So I have a message. Get rid of that. So yeah, this morning when I got up, it was 36 degrees, but the sun was shining. So I'll take that all day, every day, if possible. So my majority of my travels are done now. I head off day after tomorrow to go down to Indian Wells, which is in the Palm Springs area of Southern California, out in the desert. Visit some friends there, and then I will come back. I leave Thursday, come back Sunday, and then it's Thanksgiving week. And so we've got that going. And today's Brian's birthday, so we're celebrating his birthday, which was what this whole last week was about. Anyway, we have friends that come from all over the world for a weekend to celebrate his birthday. I had a friend come in from Cape Town, South Africa. We had 2 friends come in from Ireland. We had friends come in from Olympia, the ever exotic Olympia, Washington. And we all get together for a long weekend and do wine tasting and food and all of that kind of stuff. So that's what this was. Now it's a wedding that I'm going to, and then it's Thanksgiving, and then we're starting Christmas. I'm really kind of looking forward to my plastic surgery on January 22nd, just so I can sleep. Look at me. I'm exhausted, you guys. But it's worth it. I love my people, my friends, my family, and all of you. So if I don't talk to you before Thanksgiving, I think I will, but if I don't, happy Thanksgiving to all my American subscribers, and happy regular week next week to all of my every other English, Canadian, all of that. All right, my dears, I will talk to you later. Sorry it wasn't a very exciting update. I'll try to do better next time. And also I will continue my So You've Decided to Have the Duodenal Switch series here pretty soon too. I just got to rewatch the old ones so I remember where I'm at in that whole process. All right, talk to you later. Bye.